There you go, Johnny. Both fighters in centre ring, and Trevor Loomes just standing back to let one of the lovely ring girls go through. But this fight sponsored by Hammers Gym. We've got Trevor Loomes, trained by David D'Aversa out of DMD's gym there in Brunswick. Mate, 30 fights, 15 wins. Trevor's been around for a long time. He's been in there. He understands full-tie rules, but he's taking on the young gun, the Grasshopper, Daniel Way from Rob Pride's gym up in Numurkah. We saw the Grasshopper fight a month ago on Matt Weed's show. We seem to be saying that a fair bit, which is a credit to all the fighters that are backing up a month later with a big full-tie rules win over Brad Russell from Perth. But, mate, full credit to Trevor Loomes. He's looking ripped. He took this fight on 2 days' notice, and he looks in peak condition.
I don't think we've seen Trevor fight since Power Play Promotions last year, Johnny, but you can always rely on Trevor to take a fight at short notice. He pretty much walks around at his fighting weight, so cutting weight is not an issue for him.
He's looking very well put together, and this will be interesting. 30-odd fights experience versus Grasshopper's 10. But mate, the Grasshopper, one of the friendliest blokes you'll see there in centre ring. But I tell you what, he looks very serious there tonight, mate.
Yeah, he's really put on his fighting face. But this one under full tie rules, so we see both fighters are working the knees, both being very busy there in the clinch.
And both boys, mate, they love to use the elbows. Both boys of similar height. I think Trevor Loomes has got the fighting name 187. I think that's referring to his height, mate, 187 centimetres. But the Grasshopper, mate, he'd be probably just an inch or two taller. But
we know how much Daniel Grasshopper Way likes to unleash the downward elbow.
And this one's 3 2-minute rounds, full tie rules, so knees and elbows.
Oh, big right hook by Grasshopper. Good work by Trevor there, just using the teep to try and keep Grasshopper away and work himself out of the neutral corner.
Big right hand there, missed the mark. Bit of chat on the internet forum, on the Kickboxer internet forum about this fight, whether there was a big experience difference, but it's great to see Daniel stepping up and fighting someone with 30-odd fights on his resume, and full credit again to Trevor Loomes for stepping in at 2 days' notice. Daniel was previously scheduled to fight one of the boys from Matty Ball's gym, but I think a bit of an injury there forced the pull out, so Trevor stepped in. And again, Johnny, I'm glad they got those mirror balls out of centre ring, mate, because I tell you what...
In this fight, definitely they'd be both headbutting the mirror balls, particularly with any jumping techniques.
Fairly even first round.
Round 2.
So round 2, Johnny. I'd like to see Daniel. He's had 10 fights now, mate. He's full of beans, mate. Every time he gets in centre ring, I'd like to see him settle a little bit more so he can find his mark a little bit more.
Yeah, probably just rushes his technique a little.
Good show of strength there from both boys. Big thank you to Mark Castanoni sponsoring this from Hammers Gym.
Yeah, good teep there from Trevor.
And good sportsmanship there as well. I think Trevor just asked if that was a little bit low and they just touched gloves again, but not worrying the Grasshopper, mate. He just wants to go.
There he goes with that jumping technique. That's the one that they moved the mirror balls for, Johnny.
As I said, we've seen...
Oh, Trevor collected Grasshopper with a nice right hook, but Grasshopper just shakes it off.
I think I've seen all bar one of Daniel Way's fights, mate. This is the only fight I haven't seen him smiling in. As we said, he's bought his fighter's face tonight, mate. He's normally smiling in centre ring, very happy to be in there, always smiling at his opponent, but not tonight.
Well, the worst thing Trevor can do is stay in the corner there. He'd want to work his way out very quickly. Just as he does with a nice low kick to that lead leg of Grasshopper.
He's a very unorthodox fighter, Grasshopper. You don't know where it's going to come from, any combination. You can see he's looking to. You can see Trevor Loomes had him around the waist there, and Grasshopper was looking to set up for a big elbow on the top of the head there, but he didn't get his hands out in time.
We know how much he loves his downward elbows, but really hasn't had an opportunity to unleash any yet. Good work by Trevor, just peppering away that lead leg.
Trevor setting up for a spinning back elbow, the way he was sort of positioning himself there. Daniel's just so hard to pin down. He's just very awkward. And then you got a busy second round from both boys. So third and final round, Johnny. This one there for the taking in my eyes. Great to see the boys from New Merca Mortuary, Rob and Terry Pride in the corner there. Been very, very busy of late, bringing a lot of the fighters through. There we go.
Yeah.
The Grasshopper trying to unload with some elbows, but Trevor just a little bit too clever in the clinch.
It won't be easy to land a downward elbow on Trevor Loomes. Pretty much the same height as Grasshopper, so he's going to have to change his tactics.
Yeah, Grasshopper just switching his stance there over in Trevor's corner. But he's missing his mark too much then. He's just interesting combination just there, Johnny, right above the combat position. Looked like he tried to get an elbow into the rib cage. Trevor followed up with one to the shoulder. But I'd just like to see Daniel just settle down and he's got to work his range a lot more.
Yeah, we can see Trevor finding the mark easily with those low kicks, particularly the lead leg. And a couple of Grasshoppers just missing. Good
work though from the Grasshopper. He's controlling the centre ring. Every time Trevor goes to move, Daniel's just reeling off to the side.
Grasshopper just walked into a huge right hook.
Trevor must be thinking, what do I have to do to get this young kid out of my face? He's just continually walking forward. But you know, Daniel, with his 10 fights experience against Trevor's 30, is using the ring really well.
Yeah, no, Trevor Loomes has fought a very smart fight so far. Good evasive work, just peppering away at that lead leg. Happy to unleash the bombs when the opportunity presents.
And again there, you can just see Daniel Wade just a bit of an elbow to the rib cage there. So final 5 or 10 seconds of this third and final round.
They really haven't had a lot of grappling in this fight at all, Johnny.
No, there you go, Johnny. This one will go to the judge's decision.
Coming on after this round, ladies and gentlemen, Sam Edney taking on Mark Serafino. Club representative from Hammers, Jim, thank you.
5 rounds next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard. Ignatius Miscellanies had it 29-28. Keith Grant and Don Miller had it 30-30. A majority draw!